What if Earth is like one of those uncontacted tribes in South America, like the whole galaxy knows we're here but they've agreed not to contact us until we figure it out for ourselves? What if aliens showed up here millions of years ago, saw a planet inhabited by enormous lizard monsters and said duck that, don't come back to this place? They'd have been like, oh this isn't done, leave it on high for a while longer. Then they come back now and be like damn it, it's full of mold. Lol, who stopped paying the electric? I stopped, sorry. Duck and Greg. Damn it, Greg. Damn bro, it wasn't my millennia to pay the bill, this one was Josh. No it wasn't. It was your turn, I paid last millennium. Beetlejuicing. What if the people that were abducted by aliens were actually abducted by some alien TV host equivalent of the Crocodile Hunter, where he abducts a human and shows it off? Crikey, what a interesting little fella this is. I'm gonna try a big anal probe. Ooh, he's angry. They probably treat us like animals on National Geographic. Attention unidentified spacecraft, you are approaching the planet Terra. Terra has been designated a primitive wildlife zone, and has been designated off-limits to interstellar travelers by the Galactic Council. Cut engines and prepare to be boarded, failure to comply with this demand will result in hostile action. Them calling the Earth by its Latin name implies the Romans really did end up conquering the galaxy. Sci-fi rules. You have to call Earth Terra. Holy Terra. For the Emperor n.m.wikipedia.org. Could you imagine if we were actually set up as a zoo and they came back to discover we figured out nukes? Harry Turtledove wrote a series where these aliens send a probe to Earth that gets here in the year 1200. They take several hundred years to prepare to take over. They show up in 1942 when the entire world is geared for war and have a lot more advanced equipment than swords and bows. What book series is that? Sounds hella interesting. World War series. After a scouting mission reports that humans are just at the medieval stage with knights, aliens show up in World War II 1942 with a colonization fleet, only their alien tech isn't crazy advanced anymore, it's about 1990s tech with radar, tanks, jets, nukes, and some more advanced spaceships plus cryogenics. Can't remember if they had internet too. However, they're committed to trying to take Earth because at this point, it's too late to have second thoughts and back out. The books switch from human to alien, who call themselves the race, characters. There are several books covering multiple decades, covering military, political, cultural, and technological shifts for both aliens and humans. Humans and aliens are written to portray them as neutral, asses, and/or sympathetic, and also highlight how alien the race and the humans view each other. The humans call them lizards and the aliens call humans big uglies, for example. It's basically like a slower moving Independence Day, but the aliens are portrayed with more motive, emotions, and background for how and why they do what they do. Also you get the bonus of time skips several decades after first contact. n.wikipedia.org turtledove.fandom.com. The author, Harry Turtledove, is known for doing a lot of what if alternate universes like this. n.wikipedia.org. That's the premise of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy except for the waiting for us to figure it out part. Mostly harmless. That's actually one of many theories about SETI and alien life. That they're so far ahead of us on the Kardashev scale that for them to try to communicate with us would be like us trying to communicate with ants. Or amoebas. I like the evolutionary trajectory theory version of this. The comparison doesn't even need to be as jarring as humans and ants, it can be as simple as humans and apes. That 2% difference is what makes the difference between our two species. Now imagine another 2% in the same trajectory away from us, humans. So, the prime directive? We just need to create warp drive. Paging Zephram Cochrane. He should be alive by now. No, he isn't born until 2030. Wow, he's only 33 in First Contact. Must have had a hard life. The actor was 56 when the movie was made. Years of warp engine radiation plus living through World War III would age anyone prematurely. And did you see how much he was drinking? COVID-38 is also pretty rough. I mean, we could always just be cosmic ants. How often do you go out to your garden and try to communicate with the bugs? Once a week for 12 years. Those little duckers never listen. That's already a theory. Edit, because in getting messages and comments about this, I wasn't trying to belittle the guy or say this in a manner that implies I didn't want him to post this here. I just thought that maybe he didn't know this concept already existed, as I've done this with other ideas and would like to know. I think the more common version of this theory assumes they don't contact us because making contact makes themselves visible, and other planets are smart enough to assume there are always bigger fish in the sea. Or they follow the Prime Directive. I think he means the dark forest theory answer for the Fermi paradox from the three-body problem books. That's what I was going to say, the Black Forest fermented body theory book thingy. And crop circles are just teenager aliens doing graffiti. I really love the idea of irresponsible teenager aliens. Maybe, we are the irresponsible teenage aliens, and when we die, you'll look down and see some weird bong-like device between your knees, then look up, surrounded by your alien homies, they're all smiling at you, and one asks, "How was the trip, bro? Did you conquer civilizations and shit?" Then you tell them, "Nah, I just worked a 9 to 5, got married and had kids." Then they all laugh and think you're a loser. You beat cancer and then you went back to work at the carpet store. Boo. Those aliens probably watch us on TV while laughing at us. How can someone or something be that stupid? Do they also suck on each other's jaggins? Oh yeah, stick your finger in my thresher. This is a very common and well-known theory. It's also called the Prime Directive in the Star Trek universe. Also, Mass Effect followed similar logic. The Council would not implement other planets until they become a higher function, not still fighting each other, etc. Once they have the means to find their interstellar transportation methods, then they can join the Citadel. It made me change my life purpose to hopefully one day seeing humanity unify enough that if this is a thing, then we can be a part of it. They are probably watching us through streaming services and spending dollars to secretly send help to the countries they favor. The galaxies are likely pulling each other's hair debating on where they think we will head to. They are playing Clash of Clans using countries. Everyone assumes that there are these superior entities that can conduct out-of-this-world actions. But if you see the evolution of life on this Earth, over 3 billion years of trial and error until a species with the capacity to be self-aware about the universe starts to rise to dominance in the last 200,000 years. Only 10,000 since we've been having the amount of exponential progress we see today. For all we know, life out there could just be reptile-like creatures with no need to be highly intelligent to survive. Perhaps we're the beginning of the alien species. If we ever colonize the universe, humans will evolve differently from one another in a series of rapid, radiative ways. Perhaps we're the ancestors of all intelligent life in our local galaxy. I believe South Park tackled this thought in the episode Cancelled. And John Edwards being the biggest douche in the universe. We irradiated our own planet on purpose. We're ducking nuts, man. The Krogan would like your location. But what if we are, from the alien standpoint, the Krogan? A species whose only foreseeable purpose is emergency killing machines. Even the Krogan got uplifted though. Only out of galactic crisis due to the Rachni, if not for a monstrous threat that demanded a monstrous response, the Citadel races probably would have left the Krogan to their own devices. So the only way we'd enjoy a sudden uplifting is if the galactic community feels like we're best suited to help with a very particular problem. Today in Galaxy News, well, the Earth is at it again. So I guess Earth will be both Florida and Alabama of the galaxy. Sweet home Earth and crazy home Earth. We are probably more like the Sentinelese from the North Sentinel Island, part of the Andaman Island archipelago in Indian Ocean. They are widely considered as one of the most aggressive uncontacted tribe, very much hostile towards outsiders, though some would disagree. The Indian government declared the remote island officially off limits. Yeah, the first time they were contacted, some of their tribe's people were kidnapped. Not surprised they are so hostile, tbh. If aliens abducted humans, we would be pretty hostile too.